Hello, welcome back. Poems, not pills, that is my theme. I repeat, the reason is that the NHS prescribes 80 million prescriptions a year for depression. And I find this very sad, and I believe poems can help. I'm sorry, though, that I cannot control the advertisements. If Google decides to stick ads in that are completely inappropriate, it is not my fault. Mea culpa, it is not my fault. Okay, so let's get on. This first poem is mine. I admit it's mine, but it's about imagination. Barefoot I dance on this ancient rug, dancing slow in this silent room. My dance is a circle with nowhere to go, only inwards and backwards, to a place that I know, a place where the lemons reflect the pale moon, the citron and sea breeze now waft in this room. I'm glad, yes, I'm glad there's nowhere to go. We'll just dance together, rhythmic and slow. It's just imagining something nice when you could be anywhere. The next is about less can be more. The sonnet, which is what it is very strict with rules. And it's called Nuns Fret Not, and it's by Wordsworth. Nuns fret not at their convent's narrow room, and hermits are contented with their cells, and students in their pensive citadels, maids at the wheel, the weaver at his loom, sit blithe and happy, bees that soar for bloom. High as the highest peak of Furness Fell, with murmur by the hour in foxglove bells. In truth, the prison in which we doom ourselves no prison is, and hence, for me, in sundry moods, 'twas pastime to be bound within the sonnet's scanty plot of ground. Pleased if some souls, for such there needs to be, who felt the weight of too much liberty, should find brief solace there, and found as I have found. So there I was giving lots of examples of people working in very tight constraints, but being joyous with their lot. So we shouldn't really feel, oh, compress, because less can be more. That's Wordsworth. Now, we quoted in an earlier one of these episodes John Clare, who was writing about agriculture in a time when life was very hard on the land. The shepherd goes with happy stride, this morning's long shadow at his side, down the dried lanes midst blooming May, that once was o'er shows and clay, and gazes as he passes by on everything that meets his eye, young lambs. Lambs tempting him to play, and dancing, bleating in his way. So there's Clare going out to do his hard work as a farm labourer in the 1800s. And what's he see? He sees lambs, he sees blossom. I'm going to read it again. The shepherd goes with happy stride, and morn's long shadow at his side, down the dried lanes midst blooming May, that once was o'er, shows with play, and gazes as he passes by on everything that meets his eye. Young lambs seen tempting him to play, dancing and bleating in his way. Another country poem. Grey above, stream is sluggish, all green's gone over. Fierce nettles, blooded briar, busy bindweed, mud and leaves secretly slippery. Suddenly a sparrowhawk, arrow straight, and then a moo, then another. Coloured cows, calves suckling. A madrigal of moos. It's just like what happens in the country. You can't control it, I'm pleased to say. Back to town, and a bit cynical. Tessimond was a modern poet, and he's writing about his analyst. His suit is good, his hands are white, he smiles all day and sleeps all night, because he's always right. He states his theory, you agree? Well then, of course, it's plain to see that he is right as right can be. You disagree? Ah, that is mere resistance to the facts you fear. Truth is confirmed, the case is clear. His fees are large, his cares are light, his analytic eyes are bright. He glows with pride as well he might. The analyst is always right. I've had nothing myself to do with analysts, I'm pleased to say, because poems is better. Now, Kipling was very famous in his day, but this is a mysterious poem. They shut the road through the woods 70 years ago. Weather and rain have undone it again, and now you would never know there was once a road through the woods before they planted the trees. It is underneath the coppice and heath and the thin anemones. Only the keeper sees that where the ringdove broods and the badgers roll at ease, there was once a road through the woods. Yet, if you enter the woods of a summer evening late, when the night air cools and the trout ring pools where the otter whistles to his mate, they fear not men in the woods, because they see so few. You will hear the beat of a horse's feet, and the swish of a skirt to the dew, steadily cantering through the misty solitudes, as though they perfectly knew the old lost road through the woods. But there is no road through the woods. So that's a bit of a mystery. Now, anybody who's seen previous editions may remember that we did haiku. Haiku are these 5-syllable, 7-syllable, 5-syllable. They are descriptions with a little thought at the end. They don't need to rhyme. But haiku are very good because they make you look. A truly grey day, that's 5. No gleam of frost nor sun's ray. Muds are monotone. Deep grey winter's morn. Dawn, but not a sign of sun. See the molehill moving. Park in bloom ablaze, warm sun strong, casting shadows. Time's ticking too fast. Thank you, gentle mole, industrious with huge hands. We too don't see much. Not yet March, but winds howling, April showers too. Climate change fury. Goose stood still, stands proud, sinuous curves, head held high, but when he walks, he waddles. Parakeets surprise, frantic green, flying, screeching, bring the sun with them. Do you know there are parakeets now in Oxford? There's only parakeets in Hyde Park, London. Extraordinary idea to see them there. Now, although this is an elegy, I include it for poetic observation, and it's an extract from an elegy written in the country churchyard by Thomas Gray. The curfew tolls the knell of parting day. The lowing herd winds slowly o'er the lea. The ploughman homeward plods his weary way, and leaves the world to darkness and to me. Now fades the glimmering landscape on the sight, and all the air a solemn stillness holds, save where the beetle wheels his droning flight, and drowsily ticklings lull the distant fold. It's a lovely image of evening. There's much longer than that. Now, this poem is about a dog. Her furry face and furry feet follow me. Her deceiving eyes hide her guile, they plead. Her twin-track mind is wily, dwells on food and chasing things. On every walk she stalks cats or squirrels. She's grown too shrewd for sticks or balls. Dog toys guaranteed to entrance don't, but the opening of a door, their stealthy draw, the scrape of a tin can, all stir her ears, even in sleep. Purposeful padding, nose alert, bottom teeth showing, to God dog's grin. Under my feet weaving like a pugilist poised to pounce, determined to wrestle some biscuit, crumb or crust. My will weakens, willing to let her win, concede defeat, but aware that whatever's offered, banana, apple, dog treat, prize beef, none of it will touch her teeth. She's a hairy hoover. She wolfs it down, never full, never grateful, waiting as we go on a walk. Cats scatter. Okay, now, the same dog, but this is a sonnet. Sonnets are difficult to do because we have rhymes in the right places and the right length of line. So this is a sonnet about the same dog. There is no food, no, none at all, I say. Her furry face and gentle round eyes resist. I master in a manly sort of way. She's confident that she can win and wrest a bone, a bit of meat, some bread, or anything that falls. Each move I make, she's up, she's on her feet. Her hopes are high, she'll jump, she'll grab, gulp, all her eyes follow me, pleading for a treat. For both sweet snacks must stay upon the shelf. Indulgent sympathy turns to soft sin. It's like wrestling with the old tapeworm himself. Temptation stirs without, and then within. Stop both, her whimpering, my foolish talk. Be stern now, grab the lead, stride out, just walk. So that's a proper sonnet to a dog who had a mind of her own. Here's an easy one. 7, remember, 7 is a magic number. 7 charms of chocolate tease the beloved lady's tongue. 7 songs and tender verse bring music to her ear. 7 full-blown poppies bring wonder to her eye. 7 vials of floral oil excite with wild perfumes. 7 exotic unguents caress her modest skin. 77 kisses. Ah, where shall we begin? There's another easy one. Butterflies didn't always know how to spread their wings and go gliding down the slopes of air on their spangled wings and fair. Never dared to leave the land till the elves took them in hand, made them bridle, sit and reins, and out of shiny corn skeins drove them through the long blue hours, introducing them to the flowers. That's a lovely idea, that the elves trained the butterflies. Fanciful, but quite a nice idea. Now this one's about pride, something I know nothing of, pride. I met a traveller from an antique land who said, 2 vast and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert. Near them on the sand, half sunk, a shattered visage lies, whose frown, a wrinkled lip and sneer of cold command tell that it's sculptor, whose well the passions red, which yet survived, stamped on these lifeless things, the hand that mocked them and the heart that fed. And on the pedestal these words appear, my name is Ozymandias, King of Kings, look on my works, ye mighty, and despair. Nothing remains. Round the decay of that colossal wreck, boundless and bare, the lone and level sands stretch far away. So it didn't do a lot of good, did it, being mighty and grand and frightening. Oh, to be a farmer's boy. Now, in previous episodes, I've talked about my family wanted me to write a bit about my early life, because my early life was pretty erratic, because I was born before the war, then our house was bombed in the war, and I, with a lot of other kids, were bundled off into the country on my own. And so in the last one, we were being put on a train, and this one is about getting put off the train. On the train, we kids were crammed into just a few carriages. Many of the men on the train were uniformed. I'd never seen Air Force Blue, so I asked. But everything in wartime was secret. Even I might be a German agent. No one expected questions or was willing to explain. Busy, bossy women had sorted us, lads or boys, so on arrival, all of us in my carriage were decanted, poured out at the same stop. I hated the train. I, being young, had spent 3 hours sat on the floor between feet and boots. When the carriage door opened, I, having no cardboard suitcase, leapt out, doing a New Lamb dance of freedom. At 4, I was already a good reader, but Wymondham, Wymondham, defeated me, especially as one tweedy lady, seemingly in charge, called out, Windham, Windham, and the aged porter was shouting, Wandham, Wandham. On one abiding memory is a wind, so I still say the name as Wyndham. I know now that, it's in Norfolk by the way, I know now that apart from a few church steeples, there was nothing between me and my grey shorts and blazer and the North Pole. Militarism was the thing, so a girl guide with a whistle, tooting each step, marched smartly beside us. The lads, town is all, were peering around at strange sights, none much into marching. The loco set off steam in a whoosh, let out a roar, a screech, a howl. What word describes a steam train's noise? It's deeper than a whistle. Women were waiting, some with aprons and turbans, two with hats, proper posh. One of those, tall, thin, bony, checked my label. "Come with me, you may call me Aunt." A kindly old porter, who'd been holding the pony's head, hauled me up onto the back of the trap. Not a word from Aunt, not a word of welcome. Again, I was off into the unknown. That's it for this time. See you again soon. Bye.